It's summer of 2023 and I'm about to go into work, but before that, I want to get a good pump, right? I want to go to the gym before I head into work. And so what I do is I go to the gym, right? I put on all my clothes. I'm walking in and I see one of my coworkers. She's working out. I go up to say hi to her and she kind of looks confused. She looks at me up and down. She's like, "Why are you wearing all those clothes?" I'm like, what are you talking about?" Right? She's like, it's summer and you look like you're wearing like a bunch of pajamas. I'm like, I look at myself and I'm wearing the baggiest sweatpants I can wear. I'm wearing a baggy sweatshirt, two more layers under it. And I tell her, "Oh, I normally work out like this." And she's like, "Oh, are you cutting?" I said, "No." In my head, knowing that, I've been trying to bulk for the past couple years, you know what I mean? She doesn't know that though. How am I supposed to explain to her that I put all these clothes on subconsciously? Am I supposed to tell her, "Oh, I put all these clothes on because I don't want people to see how weak and skinny I am"? She looks straight in my face, still confused, and she goes, "Hey, maybe next time I'll wear pajamas too." We joke around, I go to my lift. I thought about that all day. You see, I've been skinny all my life, and I really did not start to notice until quarantine 2020 hit, and I started to actually look at myself in the mirror. Thin waist, skinny arms. Okay, yes, I have some abs, I have some of this and that, but I can see my rib cage. I can see all the way through. I look weak, I look frail. You see, it didn't start then. Back when I was a child, right? I'd always spend a lot of times with my older cousins and even some of my younger cousins, and they were always like bigger than me. Like they were always like bigger, and I always like was like this little frail little weak boy, and I always felt so weak around them. Whenever I would never talk back to them, I would never really argue with them. I didn't really want to get into fights with them. I always felt like I was gonna cry even if I got into some sort of argument with them. I always felt like this weak little boy just because of how skinny I am and how frail I was. You see, in this video, I'm gonna give you some tips and some solutions that you could do to cure your body dysmorphia, especially as a skinny guy. When I first started going to the gym, it was one of the best decisions I've made in my life. I've always wanted to get bigger. In junior year of high school, I played football for the first time ever, right? And I was like 140 pounds. 140 pounds, and a lot of the fucking linemen would always make fun of me of how skinny I was and always remind me every time I walk in, right? Go eat a fucking cheeseburger, right? Go drink some fucking chocolate milk or some shit. And so that always stuck with me. You know what I mean? Like I joke around with them, but that shit always sticks. You know what I mean? I always have that in the back of my mind. Like, damn, am I really that skinny? Am I really that weak? I need to make a change. And so I started looking into what workouts to do, what to eat, how to actually bulk up, how to gain weight so I wouldn't be this weak person anymore. A couple years later, I started getting a little bigger. I'm 160 pounds now. I'm starting to work hard in the gym. And I started to feel a little bit more confident in myself, but it's not enough. I don't feel satisfied yet. I'm still skinny. I'm still weak. Even nowadays, I'm 170 pounds. I've been 170 pounds for a year now. And of course, my body fluctuates. I gain more muscle. I lose more fat. Even if I have fat on my body, right? But the thing was, I'm never satisfied with how I look. I'm always looking in the mirror, judging how much more I can get, how much more muscle I can get. I need more, I need more. I'm never satisfied. Which is kind of like a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. I'm here to give you 5 ways to ease that body dysmorphia or to almost cure it in a way. The first one is committing to yourself. And what I mean by this is when you do go in the gym, and when you do expect and want to get bigger, you need to commit to yourself because it takes time. You need to eat the right foods. You need to eat more food. You need to train harder. You need to sleep. You gotta take care of these things if you really want to get big. And something that can really motivate you is understanding where that pain comes from. For me, like I just said in my stories that I told, I always felt weak and skinny and frail. I don't want to be weak. I don't want to be looked down upon as weak. The reason I got into the gym because I've always felt weak. But that was my motivator, you know what I mean? To prove people wrong. I'm not this weak person. I'm strong. I started lifting heavy weight. I started eating more, gaining a little bit of size, 20 pounds of muscle in a year. How does that even happen? So what you really have to do is commit to yourself. You have to take the time. You have to expect to take the time to get big. Even if you plateau, you gotta do more. If you really want to get big, you have to do more. You have to eat more. You have to train harder. For the last year or so, like I said, I've been 170 pounds for a year now. I want to be 180. I want to be 190. I'm 6'2", so it's like I can be those things and not be too wide or whatever. When you're looking to grow, you have to make a commitment. The next thing is kind of obvious, but working out and bulking up. Eating more food. Oh, but I eat so much already and it's not working. My metabolism is so high, it's so fast. We'll just eat more then. Oh, but I'm already eating more and I can't eat all this food. Like, it's so expensive and I don't know how to ask my parents for the food. And then get a job then if you don't have enough food, if you don't have enough money for the food. Oh, but I just don't have time and I have school and I have this and this and this. Bro, you're just making excuses. And this is why I said commitment in the first, right? If you really want to make a change in your life, you have to commit. And so working out and bulking up it's almost like a full-time job. It's like a part-time job while you're doing other things. Right now, I'm on a bulk right now and I'm eating 4 to 5 times a day, 4 to 5 meals a day. And there's no excuses like, oh, I'm not gaining enough weight. Like, oh, like, I have a job. I have a full-time job. So I can afford these food. I don't depend on my parents to buy me food, even though they always look at me. They always come up to me like, you're eating always like 3 times the servings that a normal person would eat. I'm like, I'm trying to eat. Like, I'm trying to bulk up. It's not normal. This isn't normal how much you're eating. I'm like, just let me bulk up. Fuck. But if you really want to get big, you don't want to be weak anymore. You really just have to bulk up. And if it's not working, if you're plateauing, then you gotta eat more. You just have to. And you can't make it an excuse that your metabolism's too high, because that is just an excuse at the end of the day. Next thing I'm gonna get into is a different type of mindset. You see, I came up with this with myself because I was so focused on what my body looked like, what I wanted my body to look like. I was so focused on the output, but I wasn't focused on the input, what type of work I was putting in, what type of things I had to do in order to get that. I'm sure you heard of the saying, you reap what you sow. So whatever you put in, you'll get out. Your output comes from your input. The input is the training in the gym. It's the sleep. It's the recovery. It's the food that you eat. That is the input. That is the work that you are supposed to focus on. But see, you're so focused on what you look like. You're so focused on the output that you really forget that what really matters is the work that you're putting in. So here's how I look at it, right? Regardless of how my physique looks, if I put 100% effort into sleeping, eating, and training, regardless, I will get a good physique, no matter how it looks, right? I'm not in control of how I look anymore, because all I'm in control of is the work that I put in. Let go of your control of how your physique looks. Let go of that. Put all your effort into focusing on what you can control. It's your sleep, your eating, your training. Put 100% effort into those things, and then the fruit will be a really good physique, a really nice physique that you'll be proud of. It's not even about the physique, right? It's about the work that you really put in. It's about the effort, the blood, the sweat, the tears that you put into building it. You see, your body's a temple for your mind, for your soul. You really have to take care of that. And focusing on the input is so much better than focusing on what it looks like, the output. So try to redirect your mind. Okay, I'm not worried about what I look like anymore. All I'm gonna do is eat good, I'm gonna sleep good, and I'm gonna train really hard. That's all you have to focus on. Stop trying to control everything. Like in Fight Club, I didn't really watch the movie, but I've seen a lot of clips from it. The guy goes, stop trying to control everything and just let go. You see, these desires that you have, these things that you want, sometimes you can't control. That physique that you want, yes, you can control it in a sense, but you can't control how it looks at the end of the day. What you put in is what you'll get out. So focus and really direct your attention towards the input. The next thing is comparison. See, we love to compare to these influencers too. Dude, I used to compare my physique to fucking anime characters, like fucking Toji and Goku and like all these fucking jacked ass motherfuckers in a cartoon. Don't get me wrong, I love anime. I've been watching it for the longest time. But I love to compare myself to these guys. Like these guys are, it's not real, right? Oh, I want this guy's physique. I want this guy's physique. No, get your physique, bro. You gotta stop comparing yourself to these other people. They clearly put in the work. I'm not talking about the anime guys anymore. Like all these influencers, you gotta take into account, like this is their full-time job. All they have to worry about is building their physique and looking good and being strong. That's what they have to that's all they have to worry about. So stop focusing on what they're doing. Like you have responsibilities, you have a job, you have a family, you have things you have to take care of. So stop trying to compare your life to these influencers' lives, because to be honest, they got it good. Like they have it like set up, so all they have to do is focus on their YouTube and their work, which is their body, which is their health. Don't compare yourself to them, because that is their job. That is their 100% of their focus is going there. You have school, you have work, you have your family, you have responsibilities. So you gotta stop comparing yourself to these people, because they are not you. Build your story. Have your own story. Have your own physique. Stop trying to cling on to these other people's physiques and their work. Build your own. I'm telling you, in a couple years, if you just keep focusing on what you will accomplish, what your physique will look like, it will be way more fruitful than trying to compare yourself and not having what these guys have. Last thing I'm gonna get into is embracing your physique. A week ago, I was actually like literally a week ago from today, which is, I filmed this on Sunday. My buddy Sadula, he told me, because I was talking to him about me going on a bulk, and I almost feel bad eating all this food and blah, 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 and sacrificing. He's like, regardless, bro, like you have a nice physique. You should embrace it. There's probably someone out there who would do anything to have your physique. And I'm not saying I don't have a perfect physique at all. Like in some of my videos, you can even see it. I don't. Like I like to bash myself and bash my own physique. I never appreciate it. No wonder I'm not growing. How am I supposed to grow and get something better when I can't appreciate what I already have? This is what I'm trying to get to. Embrace your physique, even if you're starting from scratch. Once you pass the 6 month, 1 year mark of like lifting and working out and eating good foods, and it's like, oh, it's not enough, I'm not satisfied. Start to embrace it. Be like, I like what I have so far, but I can do better. Oh, like I like what I have right now. I appreciate what I have. I appreciate the work that I did. I can do better though. It's like you gotta appreciate what you have in order to get more, and really mean it too. Because once my buddy Sadula, he said that to me, I was like, I really thought about it. I was like, I'm too hard on myself. I'm too hard on what I look like. You know what I mean? It's like, do I really care what I look like to other people? How do I look to myself? I put a lot of work into this body. I've been lifting for almost close to 3 years now. I put a lot of work into this body. I'm really gonna appreciate it and take care of it. I really like my physique, and I think you should too. Look at your physique in a good, positive way. After watching this video, I hope this kind of eased the pain of your body dysmorphia, because regardless, like, we'll never be satisfied, and you could only try to be satisfied as much as you can. Always work hard though. Always put 100% effort into your body, your mind, your work, everything that you're doing. Because you don't look bad, bro. You don't look bad, trust me. Like, unless like you're literally just like on the verge of dying. Like, you know what I mean? Like you look sick, you look white, you look pale, like you look frail. That's different, right? Then you have to actually do some work. But always appreciate what you have in order to get more. But it's not appreciating what you have in order to get more, it's appreciating so you can get more. If that makes sense, right? I'm gonna give you a quest that you can do right now. Go up in the mirror and look at yourself. Maybe strip down into your underwear and look into the mirror, and maybe look at your physique and see what's good. See what is good. And if you can't find a single thing, bro, you're not looking in the right spot. Appreciate your physique and see what you can improve on. That is the quest I have for you, and I hope this video has helped you kind of ease the pain of your body dysmorphia. And you don't have to be weak anymore. You don't have to be a little skinny guy anymore. You don't have to look at yourself as weak, because that's the past. Let go of that. You can change today. You can be strong. You can be a strong person. You don't have to be weak. Embrace what you have. I hope this video has helped you, and don't forget to keep moving forward.